Okay, so today's build is the Flasher build. Yeah, so as normal, just a bit of fun. Not for melting legendary. I'll give it a go in heroic in a bit, but comfortable in challenging. But we will give it a go in heroic and see how we get on. So let's dive into it then. So what have we got for the start with though? Let's look at the apparel first. And unfortunately, I've just done the best I can with this. Okay, so ideally, you want a pair of boxer shorts and nothing else, but all we've got is these shorts, which are completely inappropriate for the weather in DC. Okay, these Bahamas sandals. So we need to use a bit of imagination, and instead of Bahamas sandals, what he's doing is wearing a pair of regular sandals with a pair of socks, which is of course really not very trendy, but Now ideally I'd have some sort of long trench coat, but we haven't, so instead we've got this scruffy, worn, black button down top. Looks really bad, and see we've got like loads of facial hair and long hair. Ideally we'd have this sort of a black greasy sort of oil slick type arrangement, but we're limited on tools we've got here, so he's gonna make the best of it. So looking at the actual equipment, now what we really need to do is to be able to flash ourselves at people. So that requires firstly the sharpshooter, so we get the flashbang. Also we've got the blinder firefly. Mod wise on that, got skill haste, blind effect duration, and +1 targets. Okay, the other skill is the fixer drone. Obviously just to keep our life up. Tying in with the blinder firefly and the flashbang, we have the Darkness. It's a semi-automatic marksman rifle, so this is perfectly rolled. We've got marksman rifle damage and headshot damage, and the talent perfect eyeless deals +25% weapon damage to blinded enemies. After 3 kills, apply blind to the next enemy you hit. Okay, so we're less worried about this 3 kills thing, but we're getting the blinding from both our grenade and the blinder firefly. Okay, optimal range, might not have put that on, but it was maximum anyway, and it's not that bad. And keeping it allowed me to roll max headshot damage. Okay, in terms of the mods we've got here, stability on the muzzle, reload speed, and headshot damage, and we've got +45% headshot damage, -5% critical hit damage from the digital scope, which comes as part of the sharpshooter specialization. Secondary weapon, we've seen this before on the cowboy build I did. So again, max rolled, damage to armor, so a little bit of extra help there, getting some of the heavier enemies. And we've also got preservation, so killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve the repair by an additional 10%. So I'm going to go for the headshots. I've not got the scope on this, I've just got the stability, and we've got stability on grip, stability on the muzzle, and extra rounds in the magazine. So we got both the weapons that benefit from the sharpshooter. This will be for close range and for regenerating armor, where that one is down range with the scope. The sidearm, not really that important. I've got the Mozambique special on. Headshot with headshot damage talent on, not particularly key to the build. Okay, so now let's move on to the other gear. We've got Costa's Go Bag. Not a particularly well rolled one, but it's giving us a skill tier. Skill damage isn't really helping us. Neither of our skills do damage. Skill haste just helps with that regeneration. Okay, talent is 1 in the hand, 2 in the bag. So 1 in the hand, throwing a grenade refunds it and grants +1 skill tier. This is more about preserving the grenade. So the flashbang, you throw it, it'll get refunded as long as you only throw one every 60 seconds. Right, 2 in the bag, plus an extra armor kit, 3 grenades, 25% ammo capacity, 10% repair skills, and 10% status effects. So the status effects will help us with that blinding effect, and the repair skills will obviously help our drone. But the main thing is, so we've got extra grenades, we've got plenty of flashbangs, so we can be using them regularly to take advantage of the extra damage that gives us. I'll do the chest next. So pristine example, 10% marksman rifle damage. So marksman rifle is our main weapon here. As you can see, not super well rolled. Got weapon handling rolled on there. You will be switching between the two rifles quite a lot, so that's a help. Also helps with the stability, accuracy. Got headshot damage on, weapon damage, and I put the protection from Elite's mod on there. Okay, so this increases the total weapons damage by 6% for every second you're aiming while scoped, 8 times or higher, up to 60%. So this is gonna increase the weapon damage quite substantially, because being a semi-automatic marksman rifle, you can stay scoped in, and basically the longer you're firing, the more damage it's going to do, up to 60%. So on top of 325 base damage, that's pretty decent. And then of course you got all this headshot damage as well, so it's a pretty decent boost. You could use chain killer. I mean, I used chain killer on the cowboy one. You could use it here, but in this particular case, you don't really have to worry about the headshots as much. Obviously, landing them is really good because of all that extra headshot damage. But if the enemy's low, if you can take them out with a body shot more quickly, then you can just do that, not worrying about your chain. Let's look to the mask next. So Provident, headshot damage. And then we've got weapon damage, 10% headshot damage there. Weapon handling again, and 10% headshot damage on the mod. So we've got lots and lots of headshot damage. Gloves wise, some Walker and Harris, 5% weapon damage. Critical hit damage, not super ideal because we haven't got much critical hit chance. So not amazing, but not terrible. Okay, for the knee pads, we've got Fox's Prayer, so we're getting our rifle damage there from the Overlord armament. Damage to targets out of cover, that's handy. Weapon handling again. And then on the holster, we've got an improvised. So weapon handling's on there, some headshot damage, and then I've put a headshot damage mod on that as well. As you can see, my shade level's pretty low. It's below 1,000, so it's not maxed out. I have got, on this particular character, I have got the headshot damage maxed out, and accuracy and stability maxed out as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the build. Oh, other than that, let's just take a look at the specialization. Okay, so we've got the digital scope, which is going to be on our marksman rifle. 15% headshot damage with rifles and marksman rifles, when I've got both of those equipped. So that's helpful, and I've got decent headshot damage anyway. Well worth going for the head on this build. And we've got increased weapon stability, reduced faster target reacquisition, which is pretty good because the recoil on that marksman rifle is pretty bad. And then armor kits repair 100%, remove status effects, and increase resistance. Okay, nothing else there that's particularly exciting. So building this, I was still leveling this character, so I wasn't actually doing it on the sharpshooter. So I put more stability mods on the marksman rifle, and I didn't have this scope, just used the normal sniper scope. It has got a bad recoil, but with enough stability mods, the recoil is almost all backwards. It does, if you take all the mods off, it does shoot up quite a bit, but there we are, 2 million headshot. And again with the, let's bring this one a bit closer. Still quite a way there, but so that's 900,000. So it's nowhere near the 2 million, but you're making decent headshot. You can easily get headshots with this, and if they're even closer than that, because you're not worrying about scoping that in all the time. So a bit closer. I mean, they're on easy, so pretty good. Let's just grenade that, and the other thing, blind a firefly. See, while the blind is on, even body shot damage is decent. The recoil going backwards is actually quite nice. It doesn't, you know, it's still a recoil, but you know, if you follow up the shots, it's still sort of more or less hitting the place. If they're not too far away, you can still land those shots. And if they are far away, well, you're not really under pressure to hit them, like here. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's go with this mission. We're going to put it on heroic. Oh dear, who shot me? Is that a sniper drone? Oh, there's a sniper there. So it's not just like you're not long range sniping like you are with the bolt action rifles and things like that. You are needing to try and close the space a little bit, and then it's reasonably strong. That Chunga, yeah, it is. Can I get them there? Yeah, I can. Oh, that bloody thing's throwing a grenade at me. And we've got the armor buff on the nearly done. Oh, and now I'm nearly done. Now just that bloody warhammer. It's coming for me. Because it's immune to being flashed. itself there. More enemies. Good.
Division agents on their feet again.
Oh no 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 no! Oof, God, that was lucky.
We got a man down.
I'm going to get out of here because, as I said, I've got no real protection against anything. I need to be keeping that distance. Honestly, I have no idea how I survived that. Come on, die. There we are. As I've mentioned before, oh no 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 no!
Serious trauma.
Come on! Oh, shit.
Agent killed.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, sniping on Stadia isn't quite as good as sniping on PC, and I always record these on Stadia, so I'm gonna start again. So I'm not gonna bother. But yeah, I mean, we'll let me switch this to challenging. I mean, I said that I make them so the idea is that they work for challenging. We should see this. This will be a lot easier.
DCD's databases as a means to exploit the broad spectrum antivirals they captured. We need to stop them.
Now, I wonder if I can get away with being a bit cockier here.
Enemy contact.
It helps if you hit the enemies. That's always a. That was, well, you know, that was a lot easier, wasn't it?
Vital signs critical.
Go. I can sit.
Yeah, so it's two headshots to kill most enemies, which is obviously a lot. Which is so it's not like the White Death and stuff like that. Yeah, so just then that's the first I've actually tried this on heroic just a few minutes ago. So this, I would say, basically it's not really viable.
Serious trauma
Let's
detected.
heal that, shall I? It's not like I haven't got lots of healing things. I mean, when I built this, I didn't have the, as I mentioned. Oh, here you are again.
Get back!
Oh. Where's he going?
I can't think clear.
Oh,
I can't
shit,
see
shit.
anything. Just stay down.
Oh, control here. Come on, get over the. Go on, get out of the way, get out of the way. See, on heroic, I think I'd have died then. Stop messing around. Just.
Target spotted.
Oh, get out of the way.
Incoming backup request.
So this is a bit of a shooting gallery here, so
Engaging enemy.
oh, he see me, has it? Oh well.
You shouldn't have.
Hostile civilian targeted.
Behind stuff. Okay.
System malfunctioning. System back online.
Still kicking.
Yeah, so bit of fun. Quite comfy on this, to be honest.
Someone there.
Children here, isn't there?
Jammer on the way. Negative money. Duty.
Oh,
Don't let them get to the plane. Tossing an EMP.
System disrupted.
do.
System
And this one's...
restored.
Come on.
System malfunctioning.
Is there something to my
Hit
right?
him hard.
Yeah. Oh, there's two people to my right. He'll die by himself.
Wasted.
Well, ding darn. Okay, so I've just had to replay this bit, or the whole level. I had to stop playing quickly, so I've gone back through to where I was and started recording again. Might have noticed my shader was gone up by 1.
Signs critical.
Okay, that's the boss dead.
Vest is wasted. All talk, no good. Agents back on their feet.
Sure there was another one. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Serious trauma detected.
It's another black eye for Black Tusk. It's a good thing they're cleared out of that compound.
And there it is. So it's pretty straightforward on challenging, but just not really strong enough on heroic. Just a little bit too weak. You're not doing enough damage quickly enough. So yeah, it's actually quite a lot of fun, and as I say, quite easy and challenging. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.